Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Frost Esports Rocket League channel. My name is Player, and with me in the casting booth is Star Coin Hero. We are here with you today with the number one Avalanche Qualifier. The 2500 tournament, $2,500 tournament starts today. The journey begins today. Star, how are we feeling, man?
I am feeling amazing. It is always a nice refresher when the ante gets upped. Right here, we've got the first qualifier of the Avalanche Cup, which is a $2,500 Rocket League tournament, and each qualifier is worth $200. We got 5 qualifiers, and then we have the finale. We got a top 16 Swiss bracket on Saturday, and then a top 8 double elimination bracket on Sunday, and the finale alone is worth $1,500. So a pretty penny is going to the best team in this tournament.
It is gonna be one hell of a prize pool as well. I believe today it is a $200 prize pool, and the top two from each qualifier are gonna be securing their spot in the Swiss stages, which is gonna be starting off in on I believe Saturday. Swiss stage top 16 and top 8 on Sunday, fighting it out for $1,500. So it's gonna be pretty fun to see how that pans out. But Star, we have two teams in front of us right now. Empty spaces and yay, yay, yay. What do you think is taking the top here?
Now, this is the very first streamed matchup of the Avalanche Cup. So this is a big one. Empty Space versus Yee Yee Yee. And both of these teams are coming off of pretty big wins. Empty Space coming off of a 2-0 sweep over OTR and a huge upset. Yee 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 coming off of a win over Los Pibes, multiple time finalists. And I believe they've actually won a couple of these tournaments. But tonight, they're not making it to stream unless they can juggernaut their way through the lower bracket.
Definitely. So, and the lower brackets run always is filled with uncertainties. You never know what kind of a team you'll be going up against in that best of one, best of three. No matter what it is a lot of unpredictability down there. We'll find out soon enough how that pans out, because as of right now, we are in the winners semifinals, just waiting on the teams to join in. Empty spaces versus yay, yay, yay. And yeah, I personally haven't heard of either of these teams before. Never mind. I see Mizu, I see Resonant. All right, I've heard of these teams before. Start. I've heard of these players.
Yeah, Resinal and Mizu, both great players. Crave is there as well. An amazing player. And now that we know the rosters, I think I have my prediction. Empty Space. Resinal is an amazing player, and I don't think that Yee Yee is going to be able to stop. They got CBK, Skippy, and Sky, which are great players in their own right, but I don't think they have enough to stop Empty Space. But enough has been said. Let's get this Avalanche Cup underway. Flater, what do you got?
Game number one of this best of three series now underway, and we're starting off with Mizu applying some amount of pressure here on the orange corner. Picked up by Sky. Really good pass by Resinal. Down center over to Mizu. Nobody to pick it up yet. You see a bit of a double commit, and we are off to a very, very quick start here.
We are already some aggression being shown from both of these sides. Yee 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 with the ball at the moment, but that can change very quickly. That'll be a shot put on target from Sky. Crave's going to get that ball away. A whiff from CBK, but Skippy is still there. The pass off to Sky.
Oh,
Perfect
wow.
placement. And wow is right. First goal of the game going to Sky and Skippy. Yee 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 take the lead.
What a pass coming in from Skippy over to Sky in the top right corner. Shot. No matter how good you are at this game, it's always very difficult to get those passes saved. And yay, 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 take the first goal here in game number one. Now Crave might be looking to equalize here. The equalizer scoreline here is taking it up high all the way to the backboard, followed up by Mizu. And another equalizer comes through.
Mizu with a great finish off of the perfect setup from Crave. It does not get better than that. And that will be a 1-all game. 4 minutes and 8 seconds still left to play. There's already been 2 goals scored.
Good kickoff now. Sky looking to start up the play early, but that's a really good clear, followed up by Resonant. Maybe the double touch will help them out to put them back in the counter attack, but no, not yet. As we see Mizu in possession with a really great 50 all the way over to Crave. Now, Crave, we've always seen Mizu and Resonant in our previous tournaments. We have never seen Crave, but like I said, it's always the third man that you haven't seen before that turns out to be the most dangerous. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
Absolutely. We've seen a few of them just absolutely wreck this tournament before. And it will not surprise me if we see it again. Crave, from what I'm seeing, amazing player already on top of the scoreboard for Empty Space. But will it stay like that? A goal from Mizu, another goal from Mizu, or a goal from Resonal can get that taken away. And it'll also give their team the lead. 3 minutes ago, still tied up. Skippy with a baller or a banger of a shot to get that ball on the blue side. Doesn't stay there for long. Mizu set up for Resonal. But Sky reads it perfectly. And now Yi has possession and a little bit of control over this field.
Back onto the counter attack, they're going Skippy now, looking for a reset pass. That is that close on the field, and this is going to be working out for them. Look at that steal coming in from CBK. Sky, you can't even be mad. What a redirect coming in from the last striker. And I believe if he didn't get a touchdown, it probably would have been saved by Resnal. But what a way to take the lead here as Yay go up 1.
A great way to take the lead. Does not get better than that. 2-1 is the score as Resonal just kind of popping off. Maybe a little bit of peekage right there, but just give him some space and let him do what he wants. By the way, Twitch predictions are up, so if you want to bet your hard-earned channel points on either of these two teams, you are definitely encouraged to do so. Let people know who you're thinking, what you think is going to happen. And
oh, wow.
All of that. Oh, beautiful play by Sky, but the second man was not there to finish. That is one that got away from them, and Yi is going to be kicking himself for a while for that.
Definitely so, but they are still sticking to that 1-goal lead against Empty Space, which, to be fair, isn't that big. It could not last that long, as we see Crave trying to get this pass down center, and a huge whiff comes in on the backboard from Yay. And like you said, they'd be thinking about that early whiff a little too much now, because Empty Space has us all tied up.
They do, and who else but Mizu to score his second of the game. Crave with his second assist as well. Resonal only 56 points on the game so far, and we are 3 minutes in. I would have.
Oh, that could change right now.
I would have expected him to get a lot more touches, but he's only got a few. There's been 2 shots on target by him, but other than that, not too much going on. This is Mizu yet again, looking to sneak that one into the window of Yi. But the defense holds up strong. And now with 90 seconds to go, both of these teams are fighting for control and fighting for this lead because it is neck and neck.
Each and every player from Empty Space have been trying to spin around the defense, and Mizu is able to spin that thread wide open, gets the opening, finds the goal, takes the lead for his team.
And it takes the lead for a team. The hat trick. 3-2 now is the score, and Yi was all bunched up there, and there was just not much they could do against that last touch from Mizu. The third man wasn't rotating, and the other 2 were completely bunched up on each other. And overall, just a defensive misfire from this orange squad. Looking to equalize it, but they don't have that much time. That's another one going back to the orange half and over to the orange net. Resonal looking for one more touch. Centers it up. Great play from Resonal. Get that ball back towards the center. But CBK is able to read it, and he follows it down. But it does not stay in their possession for long.
Doesn't, and that's a huge whiff coming in from Mizu. It shouldn't matter though. With 30 seconds remaining, they should be able to hold down to this lead unless we see something from Skippy here. Never mind. He's dead. And CBK looking to pick up the pieces of this attack, trying to get this pass down center. Mizu, that's the second offensive whiff. You do not want to see that, especially this late into this game. Can they hold on to this lead? Can they extend it further? We see Crave putting it onto the backboard. Mizu coming in with a redirect, but it doesn't come through. and Resnal needs to make a huge touch. Followed up by Mizu, and I believe that might just be the first game for us.
Yep. Empty space. Great way to hold on, even though Yi got the first goal and the second goal lead. They just kept holding on. They kept pounding, and they just kept wearing Yi down. There was nothing that they could do in the end. And overall, I think it was just their experience and their unwillingness to go down that really helped them secure that match. Because overall, I think they played pretty even. We're looking at the stat board, quite a few more shots from empty space, but overall, Yi played pretty similar and they played pretty even. But empty space in the end, I think they simply got Yi due to the game sense, the mechanical skill, and overall just like playing a bit smarter Rocket League than Yi.
Yeah, even if it looks like a one-goal game, we can always tell the difference in skill when it comes to such a high-level competitive play. Empty space versus Ye. Game number 2 now, with Ye trailing by 1.
And we did not mention that this is a best of 3, so empty space only needs one more, and they will be on to the next series. But Sky looking to stop it immediately. Great play by CBK and Sky. And empty space will be starting game 2 on the back foot as well. 1-0 for Yi.
And it's probably the best way to start us off here. Ye needed that momentum shift there in their team's favor, and that is exactly what they got. Now Crave looking to equalize there, but it's just a little too good to be true as the save comes in from CBK. Now it's Skippy in possession, trying to get this pass down center. Not gonna work out for him. That's a huge whiff on backboard. Not the first time we have seen this from Ye, but no attack. No attack as of right now. No opportunity for empty space. They are trying to make it, but the saves coming in from Ye just keep on getting better. There's another one.
The team bump from Yi doesn't make it any easier. And we also have the Twitch predictions in. 90% of the vote going to empty space. So looks like chat has their favorites in mind. 1 minute to go in this game number 2, and they are still trailing, but it might not stay like that for long, or it might get increased. Skippy, though, with just a little bit too much sauce on that shot. And that one is going the other way immediately. Mizu with a great banger. Resnal looking for a finish. That's a great place. That's a little bit too high. And Yi get away with that one. Resnal does not miss those very often.
Definitely true. We've not seen Resonal missing that out on offense. But Mizu might have a different story to tell us as he tries to get this pass down center over to Crave. Can he put it at the back of the net? No, they keep punching the backboard, and Sky in possession. 0 boost to his name. He could probably turn this into another passing play here, but nobody to pick it up almost immediately. As we see Mizu needing to get this clear, takes it all the way into the orange corner, picked up by Resnal. The 50 doesn't come through, but Mizu had the opportunity to set up a shot here, but it just ends up going away. Half the game gone. We have seen a lot of offensive mistakes coming in from empty space.
They are not playing like the same team we saw in game number 1. Yi starting to catch on to what empty space is doing, and empty space not really sure what to do about it. They still got half the game to go, and they're only down by 1.
Oh, almost.
That was close. That's another close call, but Crave gets that one out. The one more shot by CBK, and Mizu is there. He reads it. Great 50 in the air. Crave puts that one off the backboard, but CBK actually not letting it get to the backboard. He's going to send that one back towards the midfield. Skippy with the slime boost, just completely coating the camera in that green sludge. As Sky gets one more shot on target. God. Mizu looking to get fancy with it, but that one does not land. And Resnal gets that clear.
Getting fancy with it is probably seems like the only way they can score a goal now against Ye, because their passing plays are just not working out. We see CBK passing it over to Skippy, make it 2, A 2-goal lead now for Ye, as a game number 3 almost seems very likely.
Yes, it does with only 98 seconds to play. Empty Space have to score twice, and they have been held to 0 in this game too. So game 3 is a real possibility here. Skippy looking to make it a 3-goal lead. Crave has just enough boost in the tank to get that one past. Now Yi with control yet again. Mizu following that one down, but he gets demoed for his trouble. Resinal looking for a last touch to get the save, but it was Sky looking to cement this game 2 and send us to game number 3, but Resinal just had enough in him to make that save and get that ball off the post.
They just need that one goal to help them get back in this series. So to go one goal, no matter how many seconds left, is still very much possible, especially in a 3-3 game mode when you can keep the ball up for longer periods of time. But it just is not coming through. That one goal is crucial for Empty Space while holding on to that defense. As we see Crave putting a shot on target. Maybe Resident can put this one in, but the saves just keep on getting better for Ye, as this is off the backboard, and the double touch coming in from Sky. The save from Mizu, absolutely phenomenal, but the barrage of shots coming in from Ye just keep on getting better.
It does, and that they do. The shots just are not stopping, and now I think it is safe to call this game over. 2-0 with 10 seconds left. Ball is deep in the blue side of the field. Don't think this one's gonna happen. Game number 2 going to Yi. Sky looking for one last goal to make that scoreline look a little bit prettier, but they're not gonna get it. Yi takes game 2, and we are going to game number 3. And one more game will be the deciding factor of who's going to the winners finals.
And usually we have the $100 tournaments, and people are always fighting for the first spot because I mean, come on, $100 is definitely half of what our current prize pool is. So, but now, not only is this double that prize pool, the first position getting 140 to their name, along with the second position having 60. You're also getting a spot in the qualifier, in the finals, Avalanche finals, which is on the weekend, and that is $1,500 on the line. What do you think about that, Star?
It is a huge tournament and a huge step up from the standard weekly tournaments. So, everything is going to be thrown at the wall here by both of these teams, because of course you're fighting for your life when you got $100 on the line, but when you got $200 on the line, it gets doubled. But then when you have $1,500 on the line, it gets quintupled, which is, I don't even think the math is right, but I think if you tried any harder, you would just stop working.
That is definitely one way to put it. Now, in game number 3 that is already underway, we see Empty Space trying to apply a lot of early pressure. No goals to show for it, though, as another save comes in from CBK. The defense holds strong, and their counter-attacking abilities just keep on getting better, as we see from last game. With the pass coming over to Skippy. Not ready for it almost immediately. Here we see another opportunity. Skippy trying to dribble one, gets it past one, looking for the second one. Can he get it? No, he can't. Resonant gets there first. Raises up high over to Sky now. Oh my god, look at that pass. I did not see that third player coming.
Not at all. We are still scoreless. And in this time in game 1, there's already been 2 goals on the board, one for each team. But ever since game 1, both of these teams have solidified their defense a lot more. Mizu looking to just break away and start to crack the defense of Yi. Showing off all of the mechanics in the book. And
that's a really good flick.
The great flick. Gets it over the last defender, but it's a little bit too high. It's off the post. Set up by Sky. More than a setup. That is a first goal. Yi up 1-0, and this is just so clean.
Empty spaces The amount of times they've hit the backboard in the last 7 to 8 minutes of Rocket League gameplay. If the goalpost was a little bit higher, we would already have been in the winners finals.
Yeah, we have. That's very accurate. There was a Resinol. That is the Resinol that I know and love. Resinol, the Resinol that can do that, right there. We have not seen it that much. We've not seen it that much in this series, and he's finally broke out.
That he has. 90 seconds. We're all tied up in this game. Like we said, whoever takes this game takes the series, secures the spot in the winners finals, which once again is one step closer to that number 1 or number 2 spot. We see CBK trying to get this player all the way up to the blue corner. Trying to spin around this defense. Is going to be hitting the backboard, but Mizu right there to get that clear. Resinal with a bit of a doink. Can they convert it into a threatening attack? Though not yet, not so soon, as Skippy might be walking away with this one. Crave comes out on top. Mizu might be turning for this. Can he get to pass one? Yes, he can. Into the orange corner he goes. Skippy with the first touch. The second followed up by CBK. Can they set up this attack though? Resinal with a really great clear. Bit of a back and forth here in this game right now.
We got some ping pong action going on, and that was almost a point to the orange side, but thank God Resinal was there. That was about as close as you can get. Ground pinch from Crave. It's a little bit off. Guy now taking it up the wall. No boost. Great 50, though. That slows down the play a lot and gives Skippy control. Here's Crave getting it past Skippy. CBK is that last man. The boost for Yee is non-existent. The double demo forces a 1 versus 3. But Yee survive it for now. But with empty space, just being able to completely starve Yee of all that boost and get the double demo off of it, I would definitely be on edge if I was Yee. Doesn't look like it's affected him at all. Mizu, though, huge breakaway, huge rotational error from the orange side. Yee had all 3 members within a 10-foot radius.
And a huge whiff coming in from Resinal there in the defense. You'd think that they'd concede. They end up scoring off of that whiff, and it's just the way how it is sometimes. I'd really expected Yee to take the lead here, but here we are in a very different reality. We see them up by 1, empty space in the last 90 seconds. Look to take this down in regulation.
They do. 90 seconds to go. Up by 1 now. An empty space. They just got to hold on. All 3 of these players are very good on defense when it counts. But Mizu might not need it. Looking to flick it past that last player. But Skippy, though, reading it the entire way there. Guy fakes the play on the ball in the air. Lets that one stay on the ground. CBK passes it off to Skippy. Skippy taking it to the air. CBK, the blocker in front. Bar down, and it's out! Huge missed opportunity from Yee. An empty space might just win this match off of a huge whiff.
Not the first time Yee has whiffed an offense, and especially when it counts, you're not supposed to do that. Mizu in a 1v2 now. CBK has come out on top. Over to Sky, one more opportunity, but the 50s are just not going through for them, and Mizu might just be walking away with another goal. Sky comes in with the goal line save, but it's not going to be enough. You got to start making those offensive plays, because with 20 seconds remaining, there's no other opportunity for you.
There is nothing. This will most likely be the last showing of offense they have. Skippy's got to make it count, but Crave takes that one away. 4 seconds left now. CBK runs out of boost. Got to keep it up. Oh, the huge whiff. They bump each other. Somehow this play's still alive. Mizu, huge finish. Lets that ball drop into the player and just slams it on down like a spike in volleyball. Empty space. Takes the winners semifinals in a very close series, and they are on to the winners finals. Flater, what a good match to start this Avalanche Cup off.
Definitely was. We saw a lot of whiffs coming in from, I believe, Yay in the last game, and that when it counts, you're not supposed to make those whiffs. I mean, you can't stop making mistakes, but it's just where it should not have happened. Yeah, had the opportunity to take down probably the top two seeds in this tournament, and they failed, but they were so close. They have another opportunity, of course, in the lower bracket, so we'd love to see more of them in the future of this tournament. But we'll be back soon with, I believe, the winners finals. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the wait. We are back with the winners finals here in the Avalanche Qualifier number 1. With me still in the casting booth is Starcoin Hero. The two teams facing up against each other now in a best of 5 series is going to be Empty Space that we just saw last series going up against Yay 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 all the way to game number 3. Pretty interesting matchup to say the least. Will be going up against Gastric Killers now, which has the team Daunt, Wavy, and Broken. Broken, of course, having the title of the CRL 2022 was Elite Star. What do you think about this one?
Well, I do think it is going to be a very good match. However, I must let you know it is not Gastic Killers, it is the Gastic Krillers. You know, the very famous species of fish, the Gastric Kriller. I was looking at the tournament page and
Okay.
Gastric Krillers.
Oh, that was that was our production messing up. All right, that's fine. Nick, we'll talk about pay later again.
Okay. Well, I wasn't laughing at either of your comments. I'm just laughing over the name Gastric Krillers. I think that is amazing, and I'm going to root for them simply due to that fact. But once again, for predictions, I do think Empty Space is going to take this again simply because of how strong the roster is. Crave, Resident and Mizu, 3 amazing players, and I just don't think that Gastric Killers will be able to keep up.
Now, usually I'd agree with you, but then I see Broken in that team having the CRL 2022 World's Elite title. And it's like he's just telling me to just wait. Because once again, Empty Space did have a lot of inconsistencies in last game. They could have taken it in 2 games, but there was a lot of defensive error coming in from the same team in game number 2 now. Over here in game number 1, 90 seconds in, we have not seen any goals being scored yet. Mizu, that's a really great pass over to Crave. Can he redirect it? Though no, he can't. Really great opportunity starting us off here with some offensive attacks here. Broken quickly finding the clear, the save. It comes through, and now Daunt with some space to work with. Over to Broken off to the sidewall. He goes, has no boost to work with now, but the offense once again goes back into the hands of Empty Space as Reginald puts this down center for Mizu. The redirect, it all comes down to this. The third man, can he change it into a goal? No, he can't. So a lot of back and forth between these two teams. Nobody ready to commit to a full attack.
And I believe that counts 8 shots off of the backboard in a row. Not in a row, excuse me, for Empty Space. 8 shots over like the past 2 or 3 games. That one though is going right in the back of the net, but not for Empty Space. Gastric Krillers take the lead first, and Crave just missing a little bit too late.
Really great pass coming in from Wavy over to Daunt into the post. Also goes in. Craves now looking to equalize here. Look at that redirect. Maybe can he get it? Daunt comes in with this save. Now tries to get it out of his own half, but it's gonna be Reginald putting more and more pressure here. A lot of pressure being applied from Gastric Killers here in game number 1. And this might be another opportunity for an attack setup by Wavy. Reginald, however, comes in with a really good save. And here we see Mizu going up high, looking with a flip reset, getting it past one. The double touch could have been there, but Daunt comes in with a really good save.
And he does, keeps this game as it is. 1-0 for Gastric Killers. Oh, that could have been bad, but Reginald knows exactly what he's doing. Gets enough on that ball to get that out of the way. The pass off to Broken. Perfect placement. Mizu is in the way, though. Now Reginald, once again, with control. Wavy pops that one up and away. Crave is there for the chase. The center, Mizu, a little bit too far to the right. And that one will be given away. Daunt now carrying it. Great 50 from Reginald, but Broken staying on that ball. Pushing as much pressure on the Gastric Krillers as possible. 90 seconds to go. They got to get themselves on the board. But for the most part, they have been on defense the entire match.
We saw another opportunity coming in for Wavy to make this a 2-goal lead. And like you said, they have been in defense this entire game. It all comes down to whether they can find these counter-attacking opportunities now, because all they need is one. Here we see Crave looking for that exact opportunity. Gets the demo instead and no contact on the ball as Don picks it up. Goes up high. The pass is good. Broken. Can he center it down? Yes, he can. But Don't actually ends up getting it even with the not the best touch.
Are we sure that wasn't the best touch, or did Daunt calculate that one through? I think he might have, because he saw that defender going up high, decided to take it low, and empty space. Had a lot of empty space in the backfield. Daunt with a breakaway shot off the kickoff. Mizu somehow, some way gets to that ball and saves that goal.
He does, but still a 2-goal deficit of a mountain to climb here for empty spaces. And Gastric Krillers have started off strong in this best of 5 series, taking game, almost about to take game number 1 here. If they can hold on to that defense, that phenomenal defense coming in from each of these members. 20 seconds remaining now. Can they hold on to this wall? This strong wall right in front of their net. So we see Daunt taking this from one sidewall to the other, wasting a lot of time for empty space, which, well, they have now run out of time.
They have run out of time. Resinal looking for one more. It's off the backboard, and it is away. Centered up, Broken, looking for the last touch, and that will most likely be it. Now, Wavy's going to get one more. Maybe 2 more. Centers it up for a teammate, but it does not go. But it's a 2-goal deficit. This game's over neither way. And it's going to be the Gastric Krillers taking game number 1.
And, in the last few seconds, it is make or break for empty space. In terms of, you got to get a consolation goal. If you can't tie it up, for sure you can't. But that consolation goal can do wonders, especially in the 3v3. The momentum shift is necessary. However, it did not come through, and now empty space will have to spend the early minutes of the next game trying to find that breakaway.
That they will, and that can be a very big chip in the armor, or chip on the shoulder of Gastric Krillers. They have not been scored on by empty space yet. The score was 2-0 for the orange team. And empty space, they haven't got a taste of that net just yet. So they are going to be fighting from behind. They're going to have that mental block. Even if it's not front and center, if it's in the back of their minds, it's still going to be there. And Gastric Killers might just be able to bring out that little quirk in the back of their mind.
We will find how they bring it back soon enough, as we see Crave trying to set up an attack for his team over to Resinal. Now Broken looks to open up an early opportunity. If you get the first goal here, it will be devastating for empty space, but they still manage to break away from that titan of an attack. We see Resinal passing this down center over to Mizu. The pass is good, the redirect even better, but just not on target yet. As we see Daunt rather over to Broken now, looking for this pass, but Wavy has already been eliminated from the field, and empty spaces have done well to keep that empty space in front of their net to make sure that they're out of danger, but that shot on target by Wavy, bar down. Well, I am not sure you're going to be saving that in a million years.
That was just not happening. Resinal, he was in a great space to do it, but he got a little bit too late of a read on it, and the Gastric Krillers are going to take that 9 times out of 10. Or I'm actually confident in saying they will take that 10 times out of 10. God. Same with that one. Another goal from Wavy. This time it is a redirect off of a great shot from Daunt. And 2-0 now for Gastric Krillers. Empty Space have still yet to score a goal. It has been 4 goals unanswered for the Gastric Krillers.
The early attacks coming in from Gastric Krillers right out of the kickoff have been phenomenal, and that is exactly what's differentiating these two teams. And those attacking whiffs coming in from Mizu is not going to help the case, as Daunt might just be walking away with a flick here, but the save comes in. Look at that redirect coming in from Broken over to Wavy, and this is going to be a 3-goal lead now for Gastric Krillers as this game slowly slips away from their grasp.
I think that might be the fastest hat trick that we have ever had. 1 minute, 2 seconds has been taken off the clock. 3 goals off of 3 shots from Wavy. What a performance from this player so far. There's Broken looking to extend that lead, make it 4-0, and just make this game a little bit harder for Empty Space, but it stays at 3-4 now. And we did forget to mention this is a best of 5, so both of these teams have a little bit more time to adjust to the other team's playstyle. But I think Empty Space is going to need it a little bit more than Gastric Krillers, because they have just come out of the gate completely swinging.
They definitely have, and like I said, these people's offensive capabilities are beyond the chart for both these teams. But what is separating them right now is Gastric Krillers coming out on top after the early kickoff possession plays. But finally, Empty Space have broken through after 7 minutes of straight Rocket League gameplay. They have finally broken out and got their very first goal in game number 2.
They have, after 5 unanswered from Gastric Krillers, they finally get that sweet release, that sweetness that is the back of the net. And that is something that Gastric Krillers have already seen 5 times, 3 times in this game. Looking to make it 4 right here. It's possible. Wavy looking to get that 50, but that one is going the other way. But it's not going to stay like that for long, because Broken has control, has a little bit of boost to work with. Not enough to really make anything crazy happen, but definitely enough to get Empty Space guessing. Speaking of Empty Space, they see a window to sneak that ball into the net, but Mizu just did not have enough on that one.
We finally see some real pressure being applied by Empty Spaces in the very first time in the last few minutes of this best of 5 series. But no goals to show for it, not yet. But it all starts with applying pressure, so they are on the right track. Empty Space look to take goal number 2 here, but Gastric Krillers still walking away with possession. Craze over to Resonant now, looking for that redirect, but the power just isn't there, and Crave will look for another opportunity for this pass down center. Mizu puts it in the back of the corner, followed up by Broker. The pass in to the midfield. Can Wavy follow it up though? No, he can't. It's gonna be Craves once again, just pickering right around the orange net from one corner to the other, not finding the back of the goalpost, and it all just comes taking down because there are already 1 minute and 40 seconds left in this game, and a 2-goal deficit to take away, especially from a team like Gastric Killers, is very difficult to say the least.
It is, but it might be brought down here. It's Mizu off of a great setup from Crave. And the momentum has completely flipped. Ever since Wavy got his hat trick, it has been all Empty Space. Gastric Krillers have been completely shut down, turned around, flipped on their head. And Empty Space starting to bring this back. And they are in firm control of this momentum. And even if they don't take this game number 2, they have to be careful of a reverse sweep. Empty Space is starting to figure out Gastric Krillers, and the Krillers are just starting to run out of ideas, and they are not playing like the same team that they were about 3 minutes ago.
That they are not yet anyways, but they're still holding on to that 1-goal lead, and if you can, as long as you can hold on, that is exactly what matters. As long as you can make sure you live in your opponent's head, that is all that matters for this team as they secure the 2-goal lead once again. The pass comes in from Wavy over to Broken, and just Broken with that one flick beats 2 in the process, and would you look at that. It's just, it cannot get easier than this for Gastric Killers.
Now, in my mind, that goal was absolutely necessary for Gastric Krillers. They've been shut down for the last 3 minutes. They needed something to get them back in control of this game because it was starting to spiral. They still had the lead, but Empty Space was just turning this game inside out, and the Gastric Krillers mentality was starting to spiral around. That goal is going to get them back in this game, and they are going to keep playing their game for game number 3, because I think it's a little bit too late for Empty Space to come back in game number 2. So we're going to be going to game 3. Series point, Gastric Krillers.
Series point now for Gastric Killers, one game away from securing that spot in the grand finals, while Empty Space look to make this reverse sweep happen in a winners finals. And we do not, most of the times, we do not see a reverse sweep happening. So if Empty Space can make a comeback here, they got to be playing out of their minds.
They absolutely do. A reverse sweep in a best of 5, pretty uncommon. It is not quite as rare as a best of 7 reverse sweep, but definitely does not happen every day. And by the way, we do have the predictions in. 73% voted for Empty Space, 27 voting for Gastric Krillers. So, chat, you might be wrong about this. Also, posture check, Flater. Make sure you're sitting up straight.
Oh, we definitely are. We always are.
Oh, come on, Flater. That's no fun. Come on. Straighten up.
Oh, I am straighten up. How else
Straighten
do you
up
want me to
more.
straighten up?
Straighten up more.
Oh God. Oh, you
There.
gotta make me healthy there, Star, don't you?
Yeah, we gotta make you healthy. Make sure your bones are strong. But we got the posture check in. We are now sitting all straight up, and our postures are correct. And I think we are ready to get into game number 3. Once again, series scoreline is 2-0 for the Krillers. So a reverse sweep needs to be completed if Empty Space want to get in the grand finals through the upper bracket.
Looking at these individual players, it does seem highly likely that Empty Space can make this reverse sweep happen. But I believe it all comes down to who secures the first goal here. If Gastric Killers take the first goal, I believe they're taking the series.
Is possible, as you cannot always just say the series is over off of 1 goal, but I mean, with how controlling the Krillers are, I can't say that that is incorrect. It is a very good prediction to see, or to say that Gastric Krillers will take the series if they get the first goal, but that's not going to happen. Empty Space, 27 seconds in, and they have taken the lead first.
Mizu with a really great pass there downfield over to Resonal with a bit of an open net as they take the very first goal here. And this is exactly what they want here in game number 3. You got to start a comeback. It all starts with some confidence, and that 1 goal is going to be giving you the exact amount of confidence that you need to start that comeback. Now Mizu looking to make it 2. It's just a little too wide into the corner. It's going to be picked up by Broken now, who looks to flick it over 1. Crave with a really good 50, holding on to that offensive pressure. Wavy trying to change that, loading this pass down center, but for the pass there needs to be the attacker. The attacker is already dead, and the Empty Space seems to be having a lot of empty space near in the orange net. Could be securing another goal here if Mizu can get this angle over to Crave. Crave, man, there's the ball. You gotta get for that. You gotta go for that shot.
One that's going to be kicking him for a while, but in the game of Rocket League, it's very fast paced. You got to move past it as soon as it happens. The past does not exist, only the present and the near future.
That it does now. Here Wavy comes in with another really good save into the corner. Resonal does try to hold on to this attacking position, which they have for the last minute and 20 seconds, but no goals to show for it, not yet, but a lot of boost control, a lot of pressure over Gastric Killers, and that is exactly what you want, especially in a game of 3v3. Wavy finally looking to break out of that for the pass coming into Broken, but the third man is just miles away from this place, so they cannot actually convert this into a threatening goal. Here we see Wavy trying to get this past 2 defenders, but the saves keep on coming in from Empty Space.
Great 50 from Dom, but the second man's not there. That could have been the chance for the Krillers to equalize it, but it does not happen. Here's Broken taking it off the wall. Gets a pretty weak touch, so Mizu's going to have a field day with that one. Takes it over to the side. The shot from Resonal. Great read. Resonal read that one all the way down. And Mizu now with control. Another shot's put on target. And it's another save from this Kriller defense. We're already halfway through game number 3. And Empty Space managing to hold off Gastric Krillers for now. Huge demo from Wavy, or huge demo onto Wavy, as that would have been a for sure goal if Resonal did not get that one.
And we already see the momentum shit happening. Broken could be the one to change it once again, though, but it hits the bar. go back into the midfield for a lot of back and forth between these two teams. The defensive capabilities have been phenomenal and they continue to get better as no goals being secured by either of the teams. Not yet. A minute and 40 seconds remaining. Now the pass comes into Wavy. He's not ready to pick it up though as Resnal comes in with a clear off the backboard. Onto the sidewall we go, picked up by Daunt, over to Broken. He needs to get that angle, which he doesn't. And that might be the only opportunity they get right before they secure the goal. Of course.
The angle's not there from Broken, but who else than Wavy? Wavy, once again, by far the MVP of this series, just keeps empty space always on their toes. Not letting them have any room to breathe. They get the 1-goal lead. They keep it for a while, but Wavy cuts it down immediately. And now we are all tied up with just a little over a minute to go. And Flater, you're getting a phone call once again. Everyone wants to tell you how hyped this match is.
That's what it seems like. Let me just sign that phone. All right, back into the game with 60 seconds remaining. We see Gastric Killers now. Wavy trying to open up the scoreline in their favor, which they will. They almost will. Crave comes out of nowhere with the ever so crucial save with 50 seconds remaining here in this game now. Every second so crucial to decide the fate of both these Titans. Gastric Killers just one more game away from securing that spot in the grand finals, from securing that position in the Avalanche finals. So a lot of stakes here in these last few seconds as Wavy with a bit of a musty flick of his own down center over to Daunt. Is it good enough? No, it's not. The two defenders will be getting the save with 17 seconds remaining now. Like I said, each and every second means a lot for both of these teams. Now Crave over to Resnal, look to shoot this down here in regulation, maybe get that goal lead back. But Star, I think we might be looking at an overtime.
Very possible. It's on the wall and it's staying up for now. Daunt with an awkward touch, and that one's going straight into the ground. Overtime, game 3. Grillers up 2-0 in the series. Empty Space has to score here. This is gold. This is golden goal or go home for Empty Space.
And I believe they are looking to get the golden goal here. Craves had the flip, had no boost to work with though. But no offensive pressure coming in from Gastric Killers. That's there might be an opportunity to get that clear out of their own way. But Craves goes once again goes up the ceiling. Look at that ceiling shot. The pass is good. The save even better as Mizu can't convert it, but Crave can, and he will. For the third shot in overtime will go into the orange net.
Wow. 34 seconds in. I thought Empty Space was not going to get that one in, but man, just close enough. Eventually, they got it in. They had quite a few shots on target in that overtime, and in the end, they managed to get it through off of a pretty slow shot. Makes the defense really awkward, and they still have some life in them. Series is now 2-1, and the reverse sweep is still a possibility. They are only one game away from a game 5, and we know what we've talked about for these game 5s and these reverse sweep situations. The mindset switch from being up 2-1 going into that game 5 is huge, because you switch from we got to win this game to we can't lose this game. And we've had this talk before. The mindsets are just so different, because when you're in the winning mindset, you're firing at all cylinders. But when you're in that losing mindset, that's when you start to malfunction. You're not firing at all cylinders. You're a bit more defensive, and you just can't have that. And Crave is looking to give us a demonstration.
Solo play in a 1v3 fashion, and like you said, if you're trying to hold on to that 2-1 lead, trying to just hold on rather than just firing at all cylinders, like you said, Gastric Krillers, I believe, are in for a game 5 against Empty Spaces. And we've all seen what Mizu and what Resonant have been able to do in game number 5 in the history of Frost tournaments. We've seen what they're capable of, and we might be seeing a show of that here today as well.
You might just be seeing it. We saw how good they played against Yi. And that is a banger of a shot, but it's too high. Oh, 2 shots and 2 wide open opportunities from empty space, but it just gets away from them. And they are going to have to fare for the 1-goal lead.
Still holding on to that 1-goal deficit though, as Gastric Critter is looking for that clear. It's not going to be picked up by both of these defenders. Very risky position. Wavy comes in with the save anyways, but broken. Now, needs to make something of this play. Could have been a little more patient with the ball, and so would have a Wavy win, but no opportunities, no attacking opportunities coming in from Gastric Critters, as we see Daunt trying to get this cleared off of his own corner, struggling to make it happen. Does get the 50 though, but it's not out of his own half, not yet, as we see Broken looking to do the exact same thing, but empty space challenges them every single time and always come out on top.
They do. 90 seconds in, empty space has been in control. Might not be for long though. Broken with the backboard set up, almost in, but Resinal gets in the goal, gives himself the most room for error on that save, and it works out perfectly. Ball is in orange half for now, but Broken gets it on the blue half as soon as it goes in. Wavy looking for another setup, but Resinal doing what he does best, and that is being very good at Rocket League. Great setup right there. Great shot from Crave, but Daunt gets that clear, keeps his team in control.
Great defense coming in from empty space, and that is exactly what you need if you want to hold down that lead against Gastric Critters, because even Gastric Critters are very much capable of making a comeback with the kind of offensive showcase that they have had a show for us in the past few games, but nothing yet. Empty space still holding on to that 1-goal lead, trying to get out of their own half now. A bit of a double commit there could turn fatal as oh no, Daunt is too far away, and that is an opportunity snatched away from Gastric Killers to equalize the series. The game, rather.
Absolutely heartbreaking for the Gastric Krillers. And empty space is just getting on their knees and praying that they don't let that happen again. Because if that happens again, Gastric Krillers gonna realize it, and they are going to capitalize. Gastric Krillers are a team that does not make the same mistake happen twice, or let the same mistake happen twice. Empty space is on that same level. They don't let that mistake happen twice either. So both of these teams are going to be fighting for control. And Gastric Krillers, I don't know how that one went in. Daunt going up, slapping it down. And Resinal, I think it bounced off his car.
Oh no, it's an own goal. Oh, now we see it. Mizu not feeling so good about that one, as he's still in double digits, 64 points to his name. He can't let that get to him. So we see Mizu now, the man in question, in possession of the ball, trying to get this pass on to the midfield. It does go through. Mizu has an opportunity to secure that open net, but Broken comes in with the save. Now over to Craves, the man of the match for last game. Can he make a run for it here? For that goal? No, he can't, as he does get eliminated from the field. We see Wavy putting on a shot on target, but Craves once again comes in with an ever so crucial save.
With 1 minute to go, this is the biggest minute in the tournament so far. Score is tied 1-1. Gastric Killers with control for now, but it's not going to be like that for long. Resinal taking it to the corner, Broken letting it go. Craves slaps it down. Third man, not there. Might not be needed. Mizu! Huge read. Great goal. 1-goal lead for empty space now. And we might just be seeing Game 5. The reverse sweep might just happen.
The reverse sweep, game number 5, we all like to see it, except for Gastric Critters though, because I mean, the defense there was pretty inconsistent. I mean, it happens, sure, it happens to the best of us, but once again, you can't have those mistakes, especially at such a high stakes game. But they convert it, they bring it right back. The pass from Daunt over to Broken finding that opening. Look at that touch. Look at the multiple touches coming in from down. The 50 working just in their favor. The Psionics gods are listening and helping out Empty Spaces to stay alive in this game number 4.
Two huge mistakes are going to haunt Empty Space for the rest of this tournament. Daunt, huge play! Getting it off the top left corner, but it's just a little bit too high and wide. And that's going to be one that Gastric Krillers do not connect on. 15 seconds to go now. And the ball is in blue territory. No. Daunt with possession, with a shot opportunity. Does not get that one through. Wavy passes it. Daunt meets Crave in the middle. Broken looking for one more shot. It gets Waterfall down. And Empty Space hold on long enough to get us into OT. And once again, Empty Space. Oh, that could have been a deja vu. Golden goal or go home yet again.
Oh, Crave did get eliminated there. He could have gone for another double touch, but once again, they're pretty much very much in possession of this play. Starting off in this overtime, Empty Space look to apply so much pressure, and the first bump over to Craves now looking for that double. Does get the bump, but I believe that is Daunt. Comes in with the ever so crucial clear over to Resonal now, who looks to get it out of his own half, and which he does with the help of Daunt as well. Now Mizu almost had an opportunity for an open net here for the pass from the opponent, but they're holding on to that lead. Now over to Wavy, looks to get this pass over to Daunt, who decides not to go for it. A very back and forth overtime, which could change right now. Coming in from Mizu with that double, with the save coming in from Broken. Makes sure that they hold on in this game 4.
And those backboard shots from Empty Space are absolutely brutal. There have been just too many of them. Huge save from Broken. I have no idea how he managed to make that one, but man, Gastric Krillers with this amazing defense, holding on for dear life, trying to take this series in 4 and not need a game 5. But it's so rough, and Mizu with the finish. After so many mistakes, Mizu gets himself together and sends this series to game 5.
Well, I would not have seen that coming. Empty Space once again in the second overtime take game number 4, and it just seems like it is meant to be. It is already written in the history books before even the series began. The reverse sweep very much in order for Empty Space, and there's just one more game away to make it happen.
They are so close, and I believe we've seen a reverse sweep in the winners finals one time before. I don't remember the team, but I do remember it happened. And we might see it again. Gastric Krillers, after a huge 2-game lead in the series, it has all switched up. Gastric Krillers starting to fall behind, and Empty Space just getting game after game. And now there are no more games left for the Gastric Krillers to rely on. This one is win or go home, and that mentality switch might be taking effect. And we're going to know within the first minute on whether Gastric Kriller is going to keep that we played a win mentality or we played a not lose mentality.
We will find out soon enough as to see how Gastric Krillers bring us back into this game, or they're going to be going down. To see Resonor with a crucial save here from both the two attackers. Wavy going all the way back to get this clear. Mizu with a really good read, needs that second touch to actually set up an attack. He doesn't find it, but the demo might help them out to do so. Broken now looking for that pass down center. Craves with an amazing clear onto the sidewall, but no second touch for him as Wavy tries to get the second touch. It's a really good 50, even with 0 boost to work with the wall dash, helping him stay in control. Over to Resonal now, comes in with a flip reset. Can he get the second touch? That's a pretty good touch indeed. Wavy holds on to that defense. It's going to be Broken looking for that pass. Not great enough, and the defense finally crumbling for Gastric Krillers in Empty Space. Look to open up the scoreline.
They do. Resonal, oh, he's got a lot of boost and a lot of space. You can't let him get away with too many of those, or he will burn you quite a bit. Gastric Krillers, though, keep Resonal at bay for now. but Empty Space is back in control. Mizu got a blocker, but Crave misses. That ball will be going the other way. Daunt taking it up the wall. The air dribble is there. The pass off. Wavy looking to reset it up. Great pinch, but it's a little bit too slow. That's going to give the ball right back, but Daunt goes up in the air. It's a little high. And Mizu trying to find a meaningful clear, but Gastric Kriller's just not letting it happen.
Not letting it happen, not yet, as they look to open up the scoreline for themselves. Craves coming in with another bit of a ceiling shot, and this is not the first time we have seen, well, a normal aerial play coming in from Craves that's going to be turning into a goal, and he has been the man of the match when it comes to making all these fantastic offensive plays.
He absolutely has. I don't think there's anyone else that we can say has been man of the match. Maybe Wavy in the first few games, but Crave has just stepped up in such a huge way. Getting a lot of goals really quickly is a huge talent, but staying calm when you're under pressure, the way that Crave has, is a whole different ball game.
Definitely is. And it just goes to show how well these players have been groomed for high pressure situations like these. And it's exactly what these tournaments bring to you with Avalanche qualifiers. $200 on the line. Both of these teams are fighting it out for that spot in the main event. It all comes down to game number 5 here, with half the game already gone. Empty Space holding on to that 1-goal lead.
1-goal lead for Empty Space. We're over halfway through. Gastric Krillers, they have to strike back. They don't have the lead in the series anymore. It is all tied up. This game means everything. The winner of this game will be going to the grand finals with a 1-game advantage. So this is such a huge, huge game. And let's also not forget, the winner is guaranteed a chunk of the prize pool, which is a huge prize. When you got the $100 prize pool, it is doubly as big when you got the $200 prize pool, such as today.
It definitely is. They are fighting out for money as well, if not only for glory. This is Resonal with a really good attack over to Crave now. We're looking for that final pin. A final nail in the coffin. Broken might have something to say though, who looks for the redirect, but it's just not meant to be. And Empty Space still keep that 1-goal lead.
That might have been Gastric Kriller's best chance to tie this game up and either force an overtime or try to get something going. But the score is still 1-0 for Empty Space, and Gastric Krillers have been playing pretty flat so far. Broken looking to change that. Looking for the second touch on the way down, but that one doesn't connect. Daunt just sliding that ball away, looking to get a little bit of space, but it's just not there. Wavy is hitting the air, forced to forfeit control of that ball, and the demo from Resinal as well. Huge setup, but there's no one there for the finish, and that's going to keep Gastric Krillers alive. 30 more seconds.
The shot on target could have been barred down, but Craze comes in with a save. The follow-up as well coming through, and I've noticed this from Gastric Krillers. Even if they set up some solo plays, it doesn't matter because they beat 1. Empty Space's second man is right there to greet them with the 2 that are forced of their defense. With 11 seconds remaining, Gastric Krillers still looking to open up the scoreline. That might be a huge bump, the only opportunity that they'll ever get, but Resinal closes out this game with the most amazing save to just prove how well Empty Space has been playing this entire series. What a comeback coming in from the men in blue.
The amazing mentality of Empty Space. They stayed focused throughout that entire game. It did not matter that Gastric Krillers caught up by 2 games. They stayed focused. They kept playing their game, and they brought it back. 1 game, 2 game, 3 game, and Gastric Krillers are out and back into the lower bracket. Not back into the lower bracket, but they are in the lower bracket for the first time and probably the only time this tournament. But Yeah, great reverse sweep. Second time that we have seen that. Second time that I have seen that anyway. And they are on to the losers final. And Empty Space are going to the grand finals where they will have a 1-game advantage. But we will have to wait just a little bit. When you return, it will be the lower bracket finals. Gastric Krillers versus Abstract in a best of 3. Will Gastric Krillers be able to get that rematch versus Empty Space?
We'll
Or will
find out soon enough.
Abstract make their lower? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the first qualifier of the Frost Esports Avalanche Cup. I am Starcorn here. I am joined by Flater. You know us. We've been here for around the past hour. We're going to be here for another one. And we are ready for the lower bracket finals. Abstract versus Gastric Krillers. Gastric Krillers, we just saw lose in a reverse sweep to the grand finalist, Empty Space. And Abstract we have not seen on stream yet. They have made their way all the way through the lower bracket, and they are ready to get themselves back into the grand finals to face Empty Space.
All right, now I'm just going to take a very quick second to fangirl here because of the Rocket League 1v1 community. Mile is one of the best players in the world when it comes to 1v1s. At least he was when he did play once. So we have a bit of a personality in this matchup. And it's going to be pretty fun to see how he brings all of those abilities into a 3v3 game against Gastric Critters here in this best of 3.
He is Mile, an amazing ones player, but does it translate to threes? Off of that save, it looks like it might. With that huge save, that's going to keep this game even at 0.
Man just running around for Gastric Critters looking for blood, trying to open up the scoreline in a very dominating fashion here as Abstract might be the ones to come out of this play in control. Daunt now in possession, looking for that musty, but saved by 2 of the defenders. Over to Bumpin now. Looks to take it up high. No boost to work with, so we'll have to settle for a 50. Won't be getting it as Baby puts it all the way downfield over to Jasper, who looks for the double, but the save comes in from Broken. And a minute in, no goals being secured by either of the teams yet.
Not yet. Daunt looking to change that, but Bumpin gets the clear. Jasper takes over after Bumpin gets sent to the Shadow Realm, and now Broken looking to get the mid-air 50, but he only bumps Bumpin. Bumpin has been abused this game. Bumpin looking to get some payback for it as well. But Broken a little bit too quick on that. Makes the save right there. Almost 2 minutes in, and we are still scoreless. 3 shots from both of these teams, but nothing has landed and nothing has found its home.
Very low scoring game so far, exactly as we see Jasper trying to set up an attack here. Oh, a really good demo coming in from Don, but Jasper reads the play perfectly well. And look at that, Mile already ready for the follow-up. The 50, just decent enough for Jasper to take control here. Has some boost to work with, won't be getting the favorable 50 as we see Mile over to Bumpin, who looks to take his revenge here with the first goal, but Broken denies it almost immediately.
Halfway through, still scoreless. Bumpin looking to change that a little high. Jasper, reset, boom! Bumpin, knowing exactly what to do, sets it up. Jasper with the last touch, and Bumpin front and center. 1-0 for Abstract now.
1-0 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Abstract have started off strong, even though it took a while for them to secure the first goal, and that could have just been the equalizer. But Jasper comes in with the ever so crucial save, and look at that pass. Mile, is he ready for it? I mean, I don't think nobody can convert that into an actual goal, but maybe Wavy can off that redirect. Doesn't go through though. The Bumpin with a really good save over to Jasper, who looks to pick this ball up again. Broken, the clear down center, the pickup, that lob touch to himself, but that he's the only man playing from Gastric Critters against Abstract in a 1v3, so he's not going to be finding the back of the net so soon.
Just yet, but that can change very quickly. Looks like it just did. Daunt with a perfect play. Looked a lot slower than it was, 73 miles per hour. And it's Jasper with a little bit of an own goal. Actually, a lot of bit of an own goal right there. And Gastric Critters wasting no time getting game 1 tied up. And we have not mentioned this game will be, or the series.
Well, I mean, you remember what I said about Mile?
Oh my god, that was so precise! Top left corner. If you got any higher, it would have been off the crossbar. Any more left, it was off the goalpost. How do you get such a precise shot from that far away? That is absolutely unreal.
Well, if in retrospect, it was just the simple solution would be to just play once. That'll help in your precision. But Mile, just not that. In order to incorporate such abilities into a 3v3, that requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of boost control, and that man, even with such an aggressive playstyle, has managed to do exactly that against Gastric Krillers, who's still trailing by one here, with only a minute left in this game. As we see Wavy the passover coming down over to Daunt, but no shots yet. As we see Broken looking for that ceiling shot. Reed Jasper rather comes in with this save over to Daunt now. They're going to take a sweet time with the ball. The bump coming in from the Gastric Krillers might just be the only way to go if they're going to stop Abstract from securing any more goals. Here comes another pass, but nobody ready to pick it up.
And this is a best of 3 series, so you get one game of wiggle room, and then you are done. It is win or go home from that point. And it looks like it's gonna be Abstract that will be taking game 1, and Gastric Krillers will be the team that needs to either win or go home.
Well, they certainly look to be right on track if they're looking for the latter option, because Abstract have been walking away with all of these offensive arsenal attacks. It just does not come through for Gastric Krillers. No matter what they do, it's always stomped upon by the defense of Abstract. Another opportunity coming in from Jasper as he puts this one towards the orange net. Broken with only 10 seconds remaining. Should be looking for a consolation goal here, but for first consolation goal, you need the possession. For possession, you need to make those defensive saves, and it's still very far away. Bumpin, probably the last man to make a touch on this ball, and Abstract take game number 1 of this best of 3 series.
That ball will just be spiked into the ground, and that one's not going anywhere. Trick predictions are up, by the way, and they're about to end. You got 46 more seconds to get your votes in. So far, we got 100% going to Abstract, and I don't think it's going to go the other way. Actually, hold on. Go ahead and do that. Get the 1% going to Gastric Krillers. There we go. Abstract. What a game from them.
What a game indeed. Only a 2-goal lead, but it seemed like they were absolutely dominating the competition throughout that matchup. Now heading on into game number 2, which could most probably be the final one, going up against the two-to force that is Abstract. Gastric Krillers look to secure the 3rd position. I mean, they gotta try for the 2nd one, of course, because that is when it matters if they want to secure that spot in the main event. One final opportunity for Gastric Krillers, now or never for them.
Now or never. Win or go home for Gastric Krillers. They need to win 2 in a row. They need a reverse sweep, which is ironically the same way that they lost their last series. They had the 2-0 lead in the best of 5, and then it was game after game after game going to Empty Space, and now Empty Space in the grand finals. And Gastric Krillers are 1 loss away from being eliminated and sent home with not a single cent.
Not even the position in the grand final. It's going to be extremely sad to see how far Gastric Krillers came, and they will be gifted with nothing to themselves as we see game number 2 already opening up, with Abstract being the ones in complete control. Here comes a really good clear coming in from Wavy, though, as we see Broken trying to pick up this attack. Wavy with an opportunity for the top right corner shot, and this is exactly what you're looking for from Gastric Krillers. They are not going to go down without a fight, and the first goal goes to Gastric.
Are not going down without a fight. Not at all. This team is a team full of warriors. They are going to fight until they are down and out. And even then, they're going to keep fighting because they didn't get the memo. Wavy, 2 goals in a row. Yet again. Now, we did see how this went the last time Wavy got 2 goals really quick back to back. So, we're going to hope for their sake that this is different.
We should hope so too. I mean, a 2-goal lead for sure, but against Abstract, we know what they're capable of when it comes to defense. And if they can start up that same exact things in offense, maybe Gastric Krillers need to look out for one heck of a ride. But the first minute, they gotta be celebrating. They're already up 2, looking to take the 3rd goal in their favor.
They are. Twitch predictions are in 96% going to Abstract and 4% going to Gastric Krillers. And I mean, like, come on, guys. I voted for them first. And there's some other guy who voted. If you did vote, I love you. Because that's who's going to win this series, Gastric Krillers. Yeah, 96%. That is the most decisive poll we have had so far. But will it be right? It's going to be up to the reverse series. And Mile, the man you've been hyping up, might be worth that hype. Brings this game within one.
Look at that doink coming in from the man himself. What a way to cut the lead down in half. And it only goes up from here. Abstract looks to head back right into this game. And they want to end it right here. They do not want a game number 3 as Mile might be opening up a scoreline of a kickoff goal here. Look at that with the Doomsday Dash coming in. The pass, the save. Even better from Gastric Krillers. Over to Broken now. Looks to pass down center over to Wavy. And there we go again. Gastric Krillers up 2.
The hat trick for Wavy. And the 2-goal lead is restored. Wavy, 3 shots off of 3 goals. We have seen this statistic before. And we are seeing it yet again. But, of course, the very next game after he got this scoreline, Gastric Krillers did lose. So we will just have to see if history repeats itself or if Gastric Krillers keep Abstract at bay and get a rematch with Empty Space in the grand finals.
They're looking for the rematch as Abstract look to make their way all the way back into the upper brackets, into the grand finals. But we see Broken here looking to change that. There we see another shot coming in, saved by Mile, but Daunt, that's a shot pretty good. And a 3-goal lead awaits now for Gastric Krillers as Abstract cannot find the answer to the barrage of questions being thrown at them by the men in orange.
4-2-0, halfway to go. And it's a 3-goal lead. Looking to chop it down to 2. But Mild is just a little bit too far to the right. And that will be another shot that Abstract misses. Halfway point is officially reached. There's a shot put on target from Daunt. The setup from Broken. Huge redirect. And that is a beautiful, beautiful play from Daunt. 5-1.
5-1 now, and look at how the tables have turned here. Abstract were a dominant force in game number 1, have been absolutely minuscule by Gastric Krillers. Amazing offensive pressure that they have been putting up, and a 4-goal lead now to take down in a matter of 2 minutes just doesn't seem possible at such a high-skilled lobby.
And Wavy does it again. I was weird. I think it's safe to say that history will not repeat itself just yet, as we are actually 1 goal away from the glorious scoreline. You know the one I'm talking about, Flater.
Oh yeah.
Yep, the
1
scoreline.
goal away.
Oh no, that was so close. Mile does not want to get Braziled right now, taking matters into his own hands. But so did Gastric Krillers.
So did they. Mile comes in with another opportunity. Look at that save coming in from Broken. Over to Jasper. The flick is pretty good. And I believe they say goodbye to the country of Brazil. But still, I mean, we got the Barca. That could definitely be a possibility here.
That could be. 6-2 is the score. Still a 4-goal lead for Gastric Krillers. If I were the Krillers, I would not be worrying just yet, but you still just gotta keep the defense flowing. You gotta keep Abstract out of range for another 90 seconds. This is not the hardest thing to do, but you gotta be careful. You gotta treat Abstract with respect. You got 3 amazing players on the field, so you definitely cannot just do whatever you want.
Well, it seems like Gastric Krillers, on the other hand, they look to do exactly what they want here in this game. Only a minute left, up 4 goals. Wavy, the man of this game, Broken with 5 assists. 5 assists. Why can't I find people like these in my competitive lobbies?
Yeah, your champ one competitive lobbies. They're all just a bunch of ball chasing bad players.
I
I
would
would
call
know
them
because
bad players.
I would know because I'm in the same boat. I'm Diamond 1, but it's the same thing. The thing about competitive, I'll give you a little bit of a rant here. Your opponents get better, but your teammates stay the same.
Oh, I thought they got worse.
Uh, it doesn't seem like it. It just seems like they are just consistently mediocre.
You know what? I'll take that. That actually seems a lot believable. That might be the Rocket League community summed up in a sentence. But as you were talking about, that might has brought us down to a 2-goal lead now for Gastric Krillers with only 33 seconds remaining. If not, even if not for a comeback, this is one heck of a sentence going into game number 3 for Abstract.
Oh, this is absolutely huge. A little mini comeback is on. 33 seconds to go. That is more than enough time to get one more off the
Oh wow!
backboard, and that could have been dangerous. The bump from Mile as well. Jasper looking for another finish, but that one's not there. Mile looking to put that one on
Oh,
target, but broken. There to make a big save, and that one's going off to the side. Gastric Killers keeping Abstract at bay for just long enough. Flip reset, and that one will be out. I think it's safe to say this game is over. Or maybe not. Abstract! 5 goals or 4 goals unanswered with 6 seconds on the clock. We might just have a comeback on the table.
it all comes down to this particular kickoff right here, the most crucial kickoff in this tournament, going into Jasper's favor with nobody to beat him. We have seen this from Graves earlier. Can he get the flip reset? No, he can't. And game number 3 in the lower brackets is in order, with the goal coming in from Gastric Krillers instead. So the momentum has been completely broken down for Abstract.
Wow. That was really close to being terrible for the Gastric Krillers. 1 goal away from going into overtime, and the momentum was already going for Abstract, but they hold on for just long enough. We're going to be going to game number 3, but they did manage to get that last goal. But Flater, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Abstract was just clicking. It was goal after goal after goal. Gastric Krillers were just trying to do anything they could to stop it, but they just couldn't. And there's a very big possibility that that can carry over into this game number 3.
I mean, it definitely could be a possibility, but what we have to take into consideration that it was the last few minutes of a very adrenaline-filled game, and Gastric Killers were held back by the comfortable lead that they were sitting on. So we might be seeing the exact same thing. We might be seeing something different. We'll find out soon enough. Only game number 3 will tell, as we see Abstract trying to open up the scoreline here, but the save comes in from Broken. 16 seconds in. Bumpin looking for another shot on target. But the saves, the defense coming in from Gastric Krillers has been phenomenal and continues to be so, as no goals being secured by Abstract.
30 seconds in, no goals just yet, even though there was quite a few opportunities for him. The defense of Gastric Krillers is a very, very good defense, but they can't hold up forever. They got to get this ball out of their own half, and Wavy takes that upon himself to do so. That one could have been dangerous, but luckily for Daunt, he was able to get that ball up and away. Speaking of Daunt, got control. Flip reset, but that ball gets stolen away. And now both of these teams is kind of fighting for possession at midfield, and Abstract does win it.
Sure does, but Don needs to make a play here, which he does. It's gonna be more than enough to get this ball out of their own half. No pre-flip touch though, as Abstract continues to come back into possession, but no goals, no shots, no offensive presence coming in from the blue team. As you see, Gastric Killers going up against in the blue corner. The shot coming in from Don's 50, saved, and once again, Gastric Krillers look to be the ones in charge with that shot on target. The save even better 2 minutes in this game and no goals being secured by either of the teams. This cannot get any more closer, Star.
And this just seems like a complete opposite of game number 2. Game number 2 was super fast. It was high scoring, high intensity, and it was just goal after goal after goal. This game, we're almost halfway in. Scoreline is still 0-0. We still got 2 goose eggs on the scoreboard up there. Mile, though, looking to change it. Actually, the pass off to Jasper, but that ball was met at the same time. And both of those teams get away with one there.
That they do. Now we are down to the business end of the third game of this best of 3 series. Once again, we are in that particular part of this tournament where the stakes cannot be any more higher, as we see Broken realizing the situation they're in, getting that goal for his team and making sure that they're one step closer to that spot in the main event as well as the prize pool.
2:21 on the clock, and Gadget Krillers open up the scoreline. They open up the defense of Abstract, and they're looking to make this reverse sweep a reality. Looking for the revenge game against Empty Space. Bumpin', though, not wanting that to happen. They want to get themselves into the grand finals, but Abstract just not enough on that ball. And Gastric Krillers looking to hold on. There's another shot put on target. This time it's Daunt. But they can't make anything out of it. The solo play is not enough. Jasper, though, might be. Mile looking to tap it down, but Daunt does get that ball cleared back to midfield.
9 seconds remaining here in this game. Gastric Krillers still holding on to that 1-goal lead, while Abstract struggle to keep possession in their name. Here might be another opportunity, though, as Mile pushes in up close. But Wavy with a really good clear over to Broken now with a lot of boost to work with. Looking with this pass down center. He doesn't even need to do anything. But Mile does come back in time to make that save. And that could be another opportunity for Wavy. Beats all of the players right near the blue corner. And what better way to extend this lead to 2?
Wavy, the man of the match so far. Wavy has been on fire, and Abstract are starting to crash and burn. 2-goal deficit now. Mile looking to get on the board for once and try to keep this series alive, but I'm just not sure if he can do it. 30 or 60 seconds to go, and Abstract need a miracle here.
Definitely does. They definitely do. With 48 seconds remaining, nothing short of a miracle is necessary. Maybe that is good enough to start them off as they cut the lead down in half. Jasper finding that opening and nobody on defense to save that touch. And Abstract now within 1.
They might have the miracle now. They have 45 seconds to score another one. This is definitely doable, especially when you got these 3 players all lined up. They know what they need to do. But the question is, can they do it? Bumpin', looking like it! Yes, they can! Abstract tie this game up. It's Bumpin' with another goal. Mile with the assist on both of them. And we are all tied up. Abstract looking to break the hearts of the Krillers and make a last-minute comeback.
Nothing short of a miracle is what we got here in game number 3, as Abstract has made a comeback in the last 20 seconds, securing 2 goals in a row. But Gastric Krillers might be looking to change that once again by taking the lead in their favor. Mile, however, comes in with a really crucial save, but the amount of pressure being applied by Gastric Krillers might just be a little too much there, as they need to find that opening. Can they do it, though? Wavy in the own corner. Looking with this pass down center. Nobody there to pick it up almost immediately, as the ball does get cleared into the orange corner. And once again, we go to overtime in game number 3. The final goal to decide who's going to be securing that spot in the grand finals.
Does not get better than this. Every series, every single game has been so good to watch. Every series has gone the distance. It's like a big, beautiful Christmas present brought to you by Frost Esports. And this is only day one. We got a whole week of this later. Mile! Oh my goodness, I thought Jasper was going to do it right there and end the tournament of Gastric Krillers. But Abstract can't quite do it yet, and the Gastric Krillers hold on for a little bit longer. Wavy looking to end the series right there, but it's not happening. Mile, double touch, not there. Jasper taps it on up. It's bumping! Huge play to end the match, and it's a Christmas miracle for Abstract. They are on to the grand finals.
Well, what has this day been if not comebacks? We should have seen this coming. The winners finals, a comeback, and the lower finals also a comeback coming in from Abstract. A mini comeback to say the least, but what a series, what a game this was. Every single play made by Jasper there was absolutely amazing. You cannot put it into better words what that man has done for Abstract, carrying the entire team into the grand finals of the number one qualifier of this Avalanche Cup. And Star, what do you got for me? I mean, I am still in shock.
It doesn't get better than that. The comeback, the huge 2-goal comeback from Abstract sends the Gastric Krillers home with a third place finish. 2 heartbreaks in a row from those poor players. They just could not hold on. And Abstract back at the grand finals where they will face Empty Space. Of course, Empty Space will have a 1-game advantage. It will be a best of 7 when we return. But man, we need a break after that flater. We will be right back with the grand finals. Empty Space versus Abstract. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final stretch, the grand finals, the best of seven between Abstract and Empty Space. Now, in order, Star, both of these teams are really good at making comebacks, to say the least.
That they are. That is an understatement. And they are very good at making comebacks against the same team. But now, both of these teams are going up against each other. Abstract versus Empty Space. Empty Space with a 1-game advantage, of course. So, Empty Space has quite a head start.
That they do. They have started off strong with a bit of a fake kickoff, but Mile has a lot of space to work with, has possession. Might be looking to flick it hard. Doesn't even get it past one. Crave with really good plays. Takes it all the way into the blue corner. Down center now. Can he beat two? Yes, he can. Mizu comes in with the very first goal.
Empty Space not wasting any time. They have been staying hot, playing some free play, maybe a comp game or two. They are just not letting any of that time they had go to waste. They made sure to plan for this game. They made sure to keep the fingers and fingers thumbs hot. And now they have the lead yet again. And Abstract will be starting game number 2 off with a 1-goal deficit. And of course, Empty Space, knowing how they play, they're going to look to make it a 2-goal deficit as quick as possible.
That they are, but it's gonna be an equalizer first coming in from Jasper. Abstract take the first goal to themselves. The pass coming in from Bump and Mizu just not ready for that touch, but Resinal ever so close to get a piece of that ball.
1-2-1. The equalizer did come out for Abstract. And Empty Space looking for a lot of space. Resinal looking for the last bump, but it's going to be Mizu with a shot on target. But that one going to be saved away. 1 minute off the clock, and that's already going towards the blue net yet again. Mizu taking it around the bend. Crave gets there, but he's just a little bit too late. And Jasper going to take this ball the other way, but Resinal, another great 50.
Into the midfield we go, where Crave looks to pick it up here, but Bump it with a really good pass down center over to Jasper, who looks for this double, but then again it's just a little too far away. And they hold on to that phenomenal defense. Empty Space still in this 1-goal game. Jasper now off his backboard trying to get this pass into the midfield, but what a play that was from, I believe, Mizu. Once again, the man himself in possession, looking to get this past a lot of people. Mile, however, looks to make it past all three as the second man rather, is a little out of sync with the offense, and the second goal opportunity for Abstract goes down.
That was Abstract wasting no time getting back on the aggression. Mizu, cocks are pinched. The setup is almost perfect, but Bumpin' gets in the way of that ball, doesn't let it go to waste. Jasper setting it up for Bumpin'. Bumpin' looking for one last pass over to Mile. But Mile's a little bit too late on it, but still makes it worth his while. Gets a touch on it, though. Crave, huge banger of a shot. Mizu looking for the finish, and he successfully found it. 2-1 for Empty Space.
Crave with a really good touch into the blue backboard, with Jasper not finding the right contact on the ball, and that's just how the way it is sometimes. We see Empty Space going up by 1.
Over halfway in, so Abstract gonna have to start hustling. Mizu with no boost, just floating on the way down, letting his teammate take that ball from him. There's the clear. Mizu awaiting that ball. He misses the ball. And now it's going the other way. 2 minutes to go. Jasper with control. Abstract trying to get this goal scored. A huge save from Crave. And now this ball's going the other way. Bumping. Huge touch, but Crave once again doing everything in his power to keep this game in his favor.
They are still a 1 goal lead to hold on to as empty space look to make it 3. Jasper with another opportunity for an attack here. It's going to be followed up by Mile into the backboard. 2 players already committed to it. That means an open net for Bumpin and the equalizer for him as well as Abstract go up again in the first game of this best of 7 series. We're all tied up.
With just a little under 90 seconds to go, we have a completely even ball game. We'll just have to see which team can strike next. Which team will take the first game in this series? Will it be Empty Space looking to, or will it be Empty Space securing the second game and the 2-game lead in the series? Might have just answered my own question. 3-2 is the score. And Empty Space looking to stretch out that lead.
We're going to stretch out that lead once again in a 1-goal lead. Empty Space look to take game number 2 in a dominant fashion, not giving Abstract any space to work with, while Bumpin looks to find exactly that, takes it off the sidewall, look with the second touch, won't find it as Jasper picks it up, goes up high into the corner, looking for the Doomsday dish, pass, it's not gonna come through as the defense holds strong for Empty Space, and all they need to do is hold it strong for another 50 seconds as Mezu does exactly that. Gets the ball out of his own half. The physical plays, you gotta watch out for them. 30 seconds remaining. Empty Space only a few more seconds away from going up 2 in this best of 7 series, and the defensive saves keep on coming through as Resinal puts it back into the blue half.
They do. All they gotta do is just stay in control of this game for 20 more ticks. But Bumpin looking to try to even this match up, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Crave back towards the blue half, and now Jasper with control. One last opportunity from Abstract, and it's not going in their favor. Crave bounces it off the wall. Jasper sends it over the pass off to Bumpin. Stays in the air, but it's going to be smiked down. Empty Space will take game number 2, and they are already halfway to winning this series.
Halfway. 2 more games for Empty Space to take the lion's share of that $200 prize pool. 2 more games away from absolute glory for Empty Space. It all comes down to now or never for Abstract, the make or break situation. 2 more games. They gotta make the comeback. They gotta say that we are ready. They gotta show it to us that they are ready to make this comeback. But otherwise, Empty Space is just gonna be walking away with this one in a 4-0 clean sweep.
They will. Abstract, we know how they are about comebacks, so I'm not counting them out just yet. 2-0 is the score line, so Empty Space definitely has a little bit of momentum, but we've seen how fast Abstract can just completely chop away at momentum. So Abstract, I don't think they have to worry just yet, but they definitely got to switch up their playstyle a little bit. The plan that they were working with for game number 2, just not really what needed to be shown.
There's definitely one way to put it. They gotta have more presence overall rather than just on offense or on defense. Abstract gotta spread out, gotta force those mistakes from Empty Space if they want to make a comeback in this game. However, game number 3 in this best of 7 series scoreline 2-0 in favor of Empty Space.
Great save. That ball was really dangerous. And Crave, huge play and a great showing of mechanics to get that ball past that last line. Jasper sitting it over, passes it to Bumpin. Great play. Jasper knew what he had to do all the way down, and Bumpin was along for the ride. 1-0 Abstract.
1-0, really great pass coming in from Jasper over to Bumpin to open up the scoreline here in the first 30 seconds of this game. Now, this is the momentum shift that they needed to get the ball rolling in their favor, get that attack spread out as we see Mile going up high for another attack on target. But Flip reset a little too slow, though. It's going to be picked up almost immediately by Jasper, who beats 2 in the process, and an open net awaits him. But the save comes in from Mizu.
Mizu looking to play off of that save, but Mile does not let it happen. Passes that ball downfield. It's off the backboard. Crave tries the setup, but the setup gets away. Resinal forced to fall back after that ball gets away from him, but the setup is right there. Perfect pass off the backboard, but there was no one there for the finish. And the equalizer will get away from empty space for now. But Resinal has another opportunity, trying it again. It's gonna be Crave this time. Resinal thought he was gonna do it, but decides to dump it off to his man Crave.
I mean, what an angle coming in from Crave. Bottom left corner shot, great accuracy to equalize the scoreline here, and it just goes to show that empty space has what it takes to take on some of the best players in the scene. Maybe they are the best players in the scene, because that is exactly what they've been showing us here in the first tournament, as we are all tied up in the very third game of this best of 7 series. We see Resinal now once again in possession, looking to get this pass down center. Maybe a prediction beat here coming to bump. It doesn't come through. Crave with a really great flick over one. Can he get it past the second one? He almost does, but the boost once again is only so much. Mizu looking to do the exact same thing. Ends up being a pass over to Bumpin, who gets a really great shot on target, but the save comes in from Crave. Really dangerous position for, I believe, empty spaces, as that clear should be giving some breather room.
Mizu, though, immediately shutting the breathing room down. An empty space, not letting Abstract have an inch. They are showing no mercy either. 2-1 now. Crave with the second of the game off of the assist from Mizu this time. And we're almost halfway through with this match. Abstract, they're starting to struggle a bit. That's a great kickoff, though. And empty space cut that one a little close.
That they did. Half the game gone. Mile looks to make an attacking play here. It's going to be Crave, who beats one to the ball, looks to take the second one, has the boost as well. Abstract in a very dangerous position, as one long shot is all it takes to put it to the back of the net. No boost to work with now. Crave finally putting a shot down center over to his teammate. Jasper picks it up first. A really great save coming in from the man himself, as Bumpin goes up high off the ceiling, has no boost to work with. So, attacking opportunity once again in favor of empty space.
Resinal with space once again, just making Abstract's life a little bit harder. Mizu sends that one into the corner, but it does not go. Centered. Oh, huge possibility for Abstract to completely be shut down. Empty space misses another opportunity. Now Crave, loses control, but it gets back on the wall for now, but he can't stay on that ball. It gives Abstract a little bit too much space, but I don't think it matters, because the aggression of empty space is just too much for Abstract, and that ball's going the other way immediately.
That it is, and there's a shot coming in from Mizu, but the Jasper, who comes in with an epic save right near the goal line. We see Mizu now trying for something similar. 50 seconds left on the clock. Can he make this a 2-goal lead here? The 1-goal lead against Abstract is dangerous. They can definitely make a comeback only with one good play. Holding on to that offensive line, though, as Mizu continues to apply more and more pressure. To the corner he goes, getting that boost shield, which is absolutely crucial when you want to hold down the opponents on the back foot.
You're gonna have to see Resinal applying the pressure, trying to keep Abstract at bay. They only have a 1-goal lead, so that can be taken away in an instant. Resinal with control. It's Mizu with a shot. It's goalpost to goalpost, and it goes out. Abstract stay alive for now. They've got to get this one in, though. Bumpin gets contact on it, sends it up. The setup from Mile. It's still in the air. Bumpin gonna take this off the wall. Passes it off to Jasper on target. And it's just a 3-man wall for empty space. They knew exactly what they had to do. And they did it. They line up in a single file line and slap that ball on the ground.
Oh my god, that last few seconds were just way too close for comfort as Empty Space hang on by a thread with that lead. But it's all said and done. Empty Space do take game number 3 now, 1 game away. They're 1 game away from taking a lion's share of the prize pool.
They are 1 game away, and they will be the first winner of the qualifier. And we are in for possibly another reverse sweep, Flater. I know we've seen a lot of them tonight. We've seen, I believe, 3 of the series have actually been reverse sweeps. So, are we going to see another one? A best of 7 reverse sweep has not happened in Frost Esports. We've not seen a reverse sweep in the grand finals, but does that change today?
I mean, if it does, that would go down to the history books as one of the most swept reverse swept tournaments that I've ever seen here at Frost. I mean, it's only poetic, right? You ended with a reverse sweep coming in from Abstract. We'll find out soon enough as to if that is gonna be the case here, as Empty Space do walk away with that mistake on defense. No capitalization coming in from Abstract as of right now, but the pressure has been on for quite a while now. Empty Space does not have a lot of boost to work with, and the demo comes in from Bump, and there's the opportunity, but it goes into the corner as it's going to be picked up by Mizu. Never mind, Jasper on a kill streak. Keep on hunting more and more players from Empty Space, but they keep on walking away with all these shots on their target.
Not landing, though. That's the problem. They have a lot of shots on the target. They're making Empty Space a little uncomfortable, but they're not opening up the goal. They're not getting that ball across the plane. And they've got to eventually do that. They've got to get the scoring started off early. Empty Space coming into this game with all the momentum in the world. Abstract cannot sit around and just keep waiting for something to happen. They've got to start making the risky plays.
Start forcing those mistakes coming in from Empty Spaces rather than waiting for them if they want to have any chance of making a comeback in this particular series, as we're still 90 seconds in. No goals being secured by either of the teams now. Abstract looking to change that, but look at that save coming in from Resonal. He's going to be able to follow it up as well. The only one man who beats Jasper should be able to get that clear, no problems. But look at that play coming in from Mizu, puts the ball down center, but nobody to pick it up. Still a lot of pressure being applied from Empty Space, and that's what matters when it comes to 3v3s. You gotta break them down slowly and gradually. As you see Abstract coming out into the corner of the orange side. Once again cleared by Empty Space all the way into the blue net, but that might be another save coming in from a bumpin'. Jasper looking to be the one in possession. Resonal taking it away from him, sending us back into the blue half, and a lot of back and forth with only half the game remaining, no goals being secured, and what a shift this has been from last game.
It's been a huge shift, but eventually one of these teams are going to have to take control. Halfway through, still nothing on the board, and that has to change sooner or later. Resonal with the setup, passes it down to Crave, and Crave now looking to take it towards the center, looking for the bump. It's going to be Mizu on that last shot. But man, 2 minutes to go now. And Mizu sends it back down. Jasper with the clear, and bumping with the perfect securing tap to get that ball into the orange side of the field. Doesn't stay there for long as Crave sees an open net, and he takes those every single time.
Now all you gotta do, all Empty Space gotta do now is build a wall as high as the Eiffel Tower in front of the orange net and never let it go if they want Abstract to not go for an offensive barrage in front of the orange net. That's all they gotta do. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Mizu looking to get this clear out of his own half. Resonant looking to do the exact same thing. Into the blue corner we go. Picked up by Crave, who looks to extend this lead here. Mile comes in with a crucial save though. Mizu applying a lot of pressure, getting the players out, taking all that boost, and Mile over at 0. Once again, you cannot follow these up if you have no boost control on the field. These players struggling to get out of their own half, as we see Mizu going up once again, keeping the ball high, chipping down. A crucial time for Abstract, as they're not even able to get it out of their own corner. This might be another opportunity, and they finally make a break for it.
But I don't know if they have enough time, though. They've got to get something quick. Bumping. Huge pass off, but it's Crave making the save yet again. Abstract with control for now. But like we said earlier, they can have the control all they want, but if they're not forcing empty space to make those saves, then it's just not going to happen. And the ball rolling around in the corner is perfect for empty space. All it does is just take time off the clock, because they don't need to do anything. All they need to do is just protect the net. And that's exactly what they're doing. Reznal making another save, but they can't protect it from everything. Jasper, top left corner, ties this game up 20 seconds ago. And we might be seeing the start of something magical.
It's like you said earlier, it is this era of the sweeps, the reverse sweeps. Could be a start of something magical indeed. But with 15 seconds remaining, we first have an overtime to look at here for Empty Space versus Abstract. First, they got to get it out of their own half. Empty Space, can they do that? Jasper looking for the bar down shot. He does miss it by a thread. And we are going into game number 4 overtime.
Oh my goodness, it doesn't get closer than this. Empty Space gets this goal, and they are the qualifier number 1 champions. If Abstract get this goal, then we are not done yet, and the reverse sweep dreams are alive for Jasper, Bumpin', and Mile. But Empty Space, they are such a rough team. I don't know if Abstract have enough in the tank to take this team in OT. We're just going to have to see. Set up. Resident! Oh, that was so close. This tournament was almost over right then and there. But Reznal misses an open net. He does not miss those very often. So Abstract better take advantage of it. You get maybe one of those every series.
You don't have to let that happen. Empty Space had the opportunity to close it out down there, but they can't let them get the best of it, as they gotta go try again. Go next, go for another attack, go for another opportunity, which they have started off right here. Mile stopping it in the roots though, putting more and more pressure on the orange side. Has the boost control, has the angle, but he misses the final touch that he needed to put it at the back of the net. And we see Empty Space going back in offense.
And a double commit from Empty Space could have been the nail in the coffin for game number 4. But they get away with that one. Jasper, control at midfield, takes it over to the left side. He's going to center it off the corner. Mizu, though, realizes what's going on. Crave lets him go through. Bump in, forces the 50, but it just goes up, and now Crave has a huge opportunity. Back wall, waits for it to fall, and Bumpin takes it to the wall yet again. I'm beginning to feel like a rap god once and for all. 2 minutes in, and the scoreline is still 1-1.
Oh,
Set up! Jasper trying to finish, but Reznal just not letting it happen. They want to get this sweep.
That they do, but for that they gotta work hard once again. It just doesn't seem like they're ready to take the sweep. They might be looking to make it a game number 5 unless we see Abstract making a very huge mistake in the offense. That might be it though. They gave them enough space. Empty Space has the space that they need to put this at the back of the net, but it's just gonna be hitting the post and hits a little too wide, as we see Reznal putting the shot down on target. Mile with an amazing save, but one corner to the other. A lot of pressure being applied by Empty Space once again. We see Crave going up high, beating one in the process. Look to beat the second one, but Mile gets it out of danger.
2 minutes 30 and overtime. Jasper with another shot, but that one's too wide. Perfect shot, and it's in.
God.
Jasper takes game number 5 and slams it into the ground. Just like that. Abstract. Oh. That was a really long overtime, and Jasper was the finish that they needed. And the reverse sweep is alive. The 4-0 sweep is not an option anymore. And we're going into game number 5. And Abstract has a little bit of momentum.
That they do a 2-1. What a game this has been. And it just looks like this is the era of reverse sweep. This entire tournament has been filled with reverse sweeps, and it would be the most poetic way of ending it. One Abstract on the right trail, looking to take us into all the way into game number 7. We'll find out soon enough. But the next game first underway. Star, what do you think? Are we seeing a reverse sweep here in the grand finals?
I'm so hard to say because with how Abstract played, they played a lot different. They played a lot more solid Rocket League and they were more coordinated. And we have had a lot of reverse sweeps, so it would just be poetic justice to see another one. But realistically, there's still 3 more games to go. We cannot forget about that. This is game 5. We still have game 5, game 6, and game number 7. So, Empty Space, they are a very good team, and I don't know if they can allow Abstract to get away with that. So, I'm just not quite sure if Empty Space is going to give this one away.
Oh, wow. Top left corner to the other corner. Reznal getting that opportunity on the goal line, and he won't miss those. Evidently, but that last whiff from last game might still be haunting him, as he could have just ended it right there. But game number 5 opening up an Empty Space's favor of the first 15 seconds. The first goal going towards Reznal.
And it does. Crave looking for the second one. Trying once more is Reznal. And Bumpin makes another save. Bumpin has been the defensive nightmare for Empty Space so far. And Bumpin just keeps it up. The saves are still coming out. There's been a lot of shots put on target from Empty Space that just do not find their home, thanks to the one and only Bumpin.
The one and only looks to secure a shot on target. Oh my god, what a save from Crave. But where we see the man himself, like you were talking about, the one and only, comes in with the equalizer.
And that is an own goal, actually. It's Crave trying to get the save. But his angle is not where it needs to be. He gets to the back of the ball instead of the front. And he just slams it off of that right goalpost and into the net. 4 minutes to go, and we are tied up now. Mizu trying to change that. Bump in. Perfect setup. And it's Mile with an amazing finish. Abstract take the lead one more time. 2-1 is the score.
Well, Empty Spaces did open up the scoreline in this matchup, but after that, it's all been Abstract absolutely dominating control all over the field, heading from one place to another, making sure each and every touch they make counts and is actually worth something. Abstract now up 1 as they look to take this game in a leading fashion.
And the predictions are in. 60% Abstract to 40% Empty Space. So we got 60% of the prize pool going to Abstract, who are still down by 2 games. You're going to have to reverse sweep if the 60% want to get their prizes. But Jasper, you can't do that. He takes it here and there all around the square saying, catch me if you can. 3-1 Empty Space. Or 3-1 Abstract, excuse me.
A great flick to end the entire attack there as well. Reznal not finding the right angle to get a piece of that. Still 3 minutes left in this game. Abstract up 2 while Empty Space look to cut down this lead.
They gotta start trying something. They're down by 2. There's still a lot of time on the clock, but I mean, you can't just take shot after shot after shot. You gotta get on offense eventually. In Empty Space, they got the first goal, but it's been 3 in a row from Abstract. And I'm not sure if they can keep taking this abuse, because if you keep getting goals scored on you, that's going to start hurting your mentality. And the one thing that Empty Space needs to keep intact is their mentality.
Definitely so. I mean, losing the confidence that you have amongst yourself is going to be the final nail in the coffin, even before Game 7 is near the horizon. It's going to make sure that you're going to be going down. You got to keep that confidence up as a team. Empty Space still down 2 goals, though. Trying to get this out of their own half, looking for an attacking opportunity, and this might just be it. Bumpin' takes it away. But look at that clear from Mizu all the way into the blue post. Doesn't go in though. Mizu holding on to that lead. Beats 2 to the ball, but Bumpin' covered a really good 50. Over to Resinal now, who looks to get it past 1, but goes wide into the corner. So we see once again Crave looking for the shot opportunity, but Mile, like I said, Mile has been the driving force when it comes to offense for Team Abstract.
And that was such a bad spot for Crave to be in. He had such a perfect shot, and he takes it high, but he gets it right back with an impeccable angle. I don't think you can get any steeper than that.
And we were just about to talk about you're just about to talk about how Crave was in such a bad position, and he comes out with like, wait, Star, what were you saying again? What was that about me?
A little bit of a caster's curse, but hey, we don't talk about it, you know? 3-2 is the score now. Empty Space brings this game within 1 with still a little over a minute to go, and they need to get 1 more to tie this game up.
1 more goal is all it takes for them to tie this up. But looking at Bump and looking at Abstract as a whole, the offense they have been putting up, the show that they've been putting up against Empty Space, it just doesn't seem like that they would be able to even take away possession from the men in blue, and that is exactly what it seems like. The ball goes up high. Mile not nowhere near to pick it up, but goes up right at the right time to take away possession from Empty Space once again, as we see Abstract looking to take another shot on target. Jasper with a really crucial 50. Mile could have been bumped by Mizu, but he messes up the wave dash, and that's an opportunity miss by Empty Space.
Jasper just keeping Empty Space suppressed. Flip reset. That ball almost goes in, but the defense is just enough to keep it out. Resinal taking it around the back line, and it gets past the first line of defense. This has got to go in. 10 seconds to go, down by 1. Crave looking for the Cuxer pinch, but Bumpin' gets in the way of it, and that will be game number 5 going to Abstract. And just like that, we're on to game number 6. I think this reverse sweep might be happening. Flater, what is this? We gotta have a man-to-man conversation, Flater. Look at me.
All right, I am a little biased towards Empty Space winning this one, just because I wanted Empty Space to be. I mean, it would have been nice because they've been through so much. They made their way all the way back in the winners finals. They got that dub against, I believe it was Yay to make it into the winners finals. Then they got the dub against, I believe the team name was. Let me just quickly remember that gastric krillers, right? So it would seem poetic that Empty Space does take this dub, but Abstract has come in from the lower brackets and they've absolutely dominated the competition. They didn't start off so strong, right? But they made that comeback, and that speaks volumes of the kind of adaptability these guys have brought to the table. And it could be a bit of a, let's say, a main character arc if these guys take us into Game 7.
It might just be. But before we get into game number 7, got to talk about game number 6, which is underway. And we are still 1 game away from a reverse sweep, but Abstract, they have played so well the last 2 games. I just got a feeling that they're going to keep it up. I don't think the momentum can just be stopped just like that.
That does seem to be the case here, because Once again, we see Abstract still dominating the field in terms of their presence, and the physical plays are just gonna be adding salt to that fire. Mile, look at that double coming in on the pass over to Bumpin, but still so much pressure being applied that there's nothing that Empty Space can do but to let this ball go in and Abstract go up one.
That is how it all starts. That first goal from Abstract is all they need. Now they're playing from ahead. They just got to play keep away for Empty Space. Got to keep that 1-goal lead, not let Empty Space have too much free reign over the field, and they will be set. They'll be going to game number 7. There's still 4 minutes to go, so Empty Space, still a huge possibility that they come back, but Abstract definitely has an advantage, and they most certainly have the momentum as well.
They definitely do here. Look at that touch coming in from Mile, though. Just making sure that he's chipping away so much time, trying to take away possession, making Empty Space that impatient to get on the ball and look for attacks. Mizu, that first touch, not good enough to follow it up, and we see Empty Space in a bit of a struggle to get out of their own half and go for offensive shots.
Gotta start doing that. Abstract has been the shot-taking team of the game. 6 shots to 2 shots on the Empty Space side. And Empty Space have been repressed back to their own half of the field the entire game. And that has to change pretty soon. We're near the halfway mark, and Abstract is still punishing Empty Space for simply existing, as there's another shot put on target. Resinal's forced to make a save.
It's true, as we see Mizu now going up for this one. It's just going to be beating 1 to the process. There's no boost to pick up the second touch. And Bumpin now with almost half the field to his name. It looks to make an offensive clear here towards the orange side. Now Jasper looking for the exact same thing. Mizu that's not a really good play there. And that could have been a second goal for Abstract. Empty Space do walk away with that mistake, though, with only 2 minutes remaining here in the 6th game of this best-of-7 series. Empty Space, rather Jasper, look to extend this lead in his favor, and that was a really good play, but the power on the flick just not coming through. Over to Bumpin, over to Jasper, Mile. So that could have been a 3-way passing play. That could have been it. This could be it, though. Bar down, could be going in. It's gonna be Jasper putting the second nail in the coffin. Get a 2-goal lead for Abstract.
And that was it. That was the shot they needed. Abstract going up by 2, just widening the gap between Empty Space and Abstract. It just keeps getting worse for Empty Space, and they've got to get something on the board now if they want to have a shot at taking game number 6. They got 90 seconds to play, which is enough time, but with how oppressive the offense and defense of Abstract has been, they got to get something going now. The double demo does not help whatsoever, as that just gives Bumpin free reign over the ball and that little corner of the field.
That is the case as of right now. Abstract still very much in the orange half, applying so much pressure that Empty Space is still struggling to find out where the ball went, how they can set up an offensive attacker, how can they make a comeback in such a dire situation. Empty Space have no answers, as Resinal needs to make that crucial space, but with 48 seconds left and a team against Abstract, I just don't see it happening.
I don't either. Clock is ticking. The third man comes up. They're playing out of desperation now. And Abstract just got to keep the pain on. They got to keep Empty Space at bay for 30 more seconds, and we'll be going into game number 7. And the reverse sweep dreams might just become a reality. Crave, one last shot at a goal, but that one's just not happening. Miles sends that one down. 10 seconds to go, and I think it's safe to call this game over.
Well, game number 7 now awaits us in this best of 7 series. The very first qualifier, Starcoin. has gone in such an interesting way. It's filled with reverse sweeps. Everybody's just trying a little more harder, right? A little harder to just get that dub, to get the lion's share of that $140, and it just goes to show how well these two teams are prepared to fight for it. Abstract, on the other hand, just slightly better up until now. Game number 7, the final game to decide who's going to be placed first and who's going to be placed the second. But I would like to let our viewers know that both of these teams have already secured their position in the main event of the Avalanche tournament.
And in my opinion, that is well deserved. Both of these teams are absolutely incredible, and they are very even. And the reverse sweep might be happening, and might and they might just be making history, because let's not forget, a reverse sweep has never happened to the grand finals, but that might just happen today. Here we are, game 7, reverse sweep is on the line. The Avalanche Cup Qualifier number 1, we're going to Champions Field. Flater, take it away.
Taking it away as we see Jasper and Milo trying to open up the scoreline for Abstract here, looking for the double, and the double comes through from Bumpin. And, well, Star, I mean, thank you for letting me take this away. I got a chance to cast the Abstract. This team has been legendary, both in offense and defense, and every single game they come out with something stronger. Empty space, they're still looking for the answers to the questions that have been barraged on by Abstract.
They are. Abstract has just completely stole the show. 11 seconds and they already have a goal in this game number 7, and the death timer is ticking for empty space. There's Miles sending it back towards the orange side. Resinal taking it over to the side. Jasper letting it go up the wall, looking for the setup, but it's not going to find its home. Bumpin taking it off the wall over towards the center. That one's going back the other way. Mile sets it up for Jasper, pops it down. Mizu is forced to make another save. And now we're in an awkward situation. It's shot after shot for Abstract, but save after save for empty space. They've got to switch this gameplay up a little bit, and that they do. It's Mizu with a flick over, but now it's Jasper on defense, and we're right back where we started, deep in empty space territory. Bumpin looking for the last touch of the rally, but that does not happen. The save is made, and the show goes on.
Show goes on with empty space, trying to open up the scoreline there in the Abstract's net. See Resonant going up high for the pass over to Crave. Crave ready for the touch, but he sends it away to the opponent as possession not in the hands of empty space anymore. They had it for a second there, but it just goes back to Abstract, who have been applying so much pressure. They keep the ball close, and they keep the boost containers even closer, as we see empty space running out of boost, have no boost control of the field whatsoever, and Jasper walking away with a flip reset off his own. Bumping. Another shot on target. It's going to be picked up by Mile. Bar down! Could have been it. But the save comes in from empty space, as we see Bumping once again putting a shot on towards the backboard, and the Sable touch, however, is not going to come through, but so much pressure is being applied by Abstract here that empty space, well, they're not finding any empty space to work with.
They are not, but now Mizu has a little bit. Gets shut down immediately, though. Jasper, the flip reset, one more touch, and this ball's going in, but Resinal gets it there first. Halfway mark has been crossed, and Bumpin with a great clear. Mizu shuts that down, though, keeps the ball in an awkward spot for this blue team. Abstract, a little pinch right there, and it's going right to Jasper. Back toward the center, Bumpin, shot is a little bit too wide, and Crave is there to make the save. Resinal, long range carry, flip reset, connects, but the goal cannot be found just yet. Bumpin pops it up yet again, takes it off the wall, and it's going to the side. And game is still at a 1-game differential. Almost 90 seconds to go, and there's only been 1 goal scored, and that's by Abstract. Empty Space need to get on the board to deny the reverse sweep, to deny the history-making reverse sweep.
And I mean, it just sounds wrong that they're even going to try to deny it, to be fair. And there's an opportunity, though, but Jasper comes in with the ever so crucial save. Abstract holding on to that 1-goal lead, but for how long, though? As Mizu and Crave applying so much pressure on the blue net that it finally breaks and bumping. There's nothing else you can do except to watch the ball crawl into your own net. And we are all tied up here in game number 7.
We are all tied up, and finally, Empty Space gets the goal. They might have another here. It's Resident looking for it, but they get away from the ball. 1 minute to go. Mile carries it all the way back down, and Mizu's forced to take it over to the side. This ball's back going towards the blue net, but it's not going there for long. Bumping, looking to shut that down. The ceiling play. It's the pass to Mile, but Mile misreads it. And now we're going over to the other side wall. Resinal taking it up. It's Jasper popping it up, bumping. All the space in the world. Double touch is found, but it's going the wrong way. 30 seconds to go. Mile, the passing play is interrupted by Resinal. And this is it. The first qualifier of the Avalanche Cup all relies on this. The pass down, but it's off.
Jasper with the ceiling shot. There's the opportunity, but Mizu with a really good clear bump in. However, putting more and more pressure on the orange net. Now Resinal finally finding that opening. The bump maybe to end this game, but it doesn't come through. And we are going into game 7 overtime.
Not just yet. Mile keeping it up. The pass down. Mile looking for the last touch. It's not there. This ball trying to stay up. Bumping sends it over to the side, but that will be spiked into the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say welcome to the Avalanche Cup. We got 6 more days of this. This is some of the best Rocket League that you are going to get on the internet. It doesn't get better than this. Game 7, reverse sweep on the line. Overtime, by the way.
Very first reverse sweep here in Frosty Sports' history, and it just cannot close. It just cannot get closer than this. Is Empty Space we see in the corner trying to get this pass down center over to the teammate. We're going to be seeing Crave looking to do the exact same thing, not finding that accuracy, but there we see Crave once again just holding on to that offense, trying to apply more and more pressure on Abstract's side. And if they deny this reverse sweep, I just gotta say, I'm not sure whether I'll be sad or mad, but Resident, he does deny the reverse sweep in the game number 7, and all that effort coming in from Abstract has gone down the drain as game 7 goes to Empty Space.
There was one man who could have denied that reverse sweep, and his name was Resinal. What an amazing goal to end this game in this tournament and deny the history-making reverse sweep. After 3 in a row, Abstract had everything going for him. They had the lead for most of that match, and then it all changed. The goal was scored from Empty Space, and Resinal, 51 seconds into overtime, scores the greatest goal of the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the first qualifier of the Avalanche Cup. Welcome to the Avalanche Cup. Welcome to Frost Esports. That's what it's all about. And Flater, you got anything you want to add?
I mean, dude, I just feel bad for Abstract. They came back from the lower brackets, won the reverse sweep in the lower bracket finals, came back in this game 7, lost a few games, it doesn't matter, they brought it back, taking 3 in a row, but it was the last game, the overtime, where Empty Space, even in the last game, they got the first goal, they had the opportunity to make the comeback, but it just was that overtime where This was just the Rocket League god says no. Empty space went overhead and said no. It's not happening. Good try, but no. They can have their chance of a revenge against Empty Space in the main event, which is gonna be on Saturday.
That they will. And of course, I was just about to get to that. Don't feel too bad for Abstract as they have secured a spot in the finale, which will start on Saturday. But for now, that is all we have. All four series went the distance. We saw two reverse sweeps, one almost reverse sweep that would have made history as the first ever grand finals reverse sweep in Frost Esports history. But it didn't happen. Empty Space just held on. And that will be it from us. That has been Flater as my beautiful co-caster. You did amazing. Nick on production. Amazing job. As always, I have been Star Coin Hero. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with the second qualifier of the Frost Esports Avalanche Cup. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.